Hello! Quick recap, I am drawing an expression sheet for one of my characters because I took a character design class and I've been having fun creating my own characters, and I thought I'd take this big scrap piece of paper that my mom found in the closet and just have at it. So I've been having fun with my characters, but originally I was going to have this character have this video be about what I learned in character design. And I decided to talk about something that I knew a bit more about and I had on my mind recently. So this is how I got a 4.0 GPA. And first things first is befriend your teachers, because they're people and they enjoy the company of other people. And you're a person, so you're already halfway there. So befriending your teachers can be very useful because it can help you address problems, because you know how to talk to that person and you know what they're like. So if you have a problem with something that they've assigned or something going on in your life, it can be very beneficial to know your teachers. And even if you don't really like them, it's very nice to practice not necessarily putting up with people, but seeing the good part of people instead of focusing on all the negative. And it can make class seem fun, because when you don't like the people you're around, you're just sitting there and you're moping. And I know it seems like you can't control that, but if you put some effort into seeing the good things about people and rewiring your brain, it can be very beneficial and actually easier than you think. So it's very useful. My second tip is prepare for the future. Cheating screws yourself over. You don't want to hear it, but it's true. You can get caught and get a fail on the paper because you're cheating, and you're going to need to know what stuff is on that paper in the future. Even if it seems like the most trivial thing, it can be very useful. Even if it's stuff that you've already done before, it's something called immersion, I think, and it's just good to have that repetition so you remember what you're doing. And yeah, so not only that, but if you're cheating off of someone and they don't know, it's probably not going to help you with relationships with your classmates, because they don't like being used. So keep that in mind. Thirdly, use what is there. Ask for help from the teacher first and students second. That seems weird, because a lot of the time your teacher will tell you to ask other students for help, which is true, definitely do that. But if you can, definitely ask the teacher first, because some students aren't very good at explaining, including me. I have a 4.0 GPA and I am the worst teacher you could ever ask for. Someone who probably failed that class before and is retaking it could probably give you better advice than me. So that being said, continue watching this video because I planned it out and everything and I know what I'm doing. But ask for help from the teacher, and then make sure that you're listening when they tell you something. I had a friend who would ask the teacher for help, and the teacher would sit there for a good 10 minutes wasting time that they could have been spending explaining this stuff to other people, and then once the teacher would leave, they would turn to me and go, "I wasn't actually listening, can you recap what they said?" That is an awful idea, because the detailed explanation is going to help you a lot more than the student's brief recap, because they need to get their own work done. So definitely pay attention. Realize for a second that I am 16, and if you are watching this video, you are probably at a similar age, and we haven't lived even a third of our lives yet, so we know almost nothing. So almost everyone around you, even the other students, have something that they can teach you, whether that's all the names of a rock star's dogs, or how to calculate this math equation that you're working on. It's very beneficial, and you should actually listen to people. And finish your tests or your papers or everything. Just try to get it all done. You've heard this before from probably your second grade teacher, but if you come across a question that you don't know the answer to, come back to it later and finish everything that you know as perfectly as possible. So that way, when you come back to those questions, you can quickly fill them out, even if it's not your best work, you're not your best answer, you can still get points for it, and it can bring your grade up. Even one more can help you get that A that you're looking for. And it might not seem like it at first, but it's very important to at least finish that, because maybe it's not very important if you leave one question out, but if you leave 5 questions, it can be detrimental. So even just guessing can be very helpful. And it doesn't seem like you're going to get any of those questions right, but I have found that my grade drops significantly if I leave questions blank. And even if I fill in those questions, sometimes I get the test back and I realize that those are actually the ones that I got right, and the ones that I spent 10 minutes making sure I got the grammar right is completely wrong and not what I was supposed to be doing. So definitely do that. And lastly, some small tips is separate your work from relaxing. Don't work in the same place that you sleep, because you won't be able to sleep because you'll be thinking about working, and don't relax in the place where you're supposed to be working, because you'll procrastinate and you'll relax and watch TV or go on Facebook. So even if it's at the opposite end of your bed or on your couch, definitely work somewhere else. And take pride in your work. Definitely acknowledge what you've accomplished. Even if you just got a B, if it's better than normal, or even if you just passed a class that you really hated, just acknowledge that you did something, and suddenly working will be a little bit more fun. Especially if you can laugh with your teachers afterwards about one assignment or another because you're friends with them. So yeah, those are my tips, and I hope they helped you, and I hope this wasn't too contrasty with the art in the background and random stuff about school, especially now that it's summer. But I'm sure some of you need this, and I'm sure some of you just don't care and just wanted to see the expression sheet. But I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you later.